som tar oss vidare till nästa generation. Men inte dessförinnan.
LTE World Summit conference is a great event, and it's the reason why I'm here.
The first thing which has struck me with this event is the large number of people which are here. It's a cross-section of operators, vendors, associations like ourselves and regulators all sitting down to discuss key topics.
I think it's been a good event for us already. 3GPP are represented in the first sessions of the conference, which has gone extremely well. The room is full of people. The exhibition here has been a success as well. We've had everybody coming through.
I find the audience to be very, very well organized and relevant to the event, and the very senior technologists and decision-making people are here.
Discussion is timing-wise early enough not to lose momentum of this technology development.
I was able to hear the comments, the views, the plans of different operators, and so this makes me thinking to our own strategy.
It turned out that this particular summit this time addresses the real down-to-earth problems of bringing LTE to the market.
Well, I've had a couple of really interesting days here, and as a main sponsor I'm happy to see the turnout and the level of the discussion and interest it has generated.
I believe a lot of operators who visit LTE in the conference here have a good opportunity to see a ground level perspective on different strategies and tactics for managing their wireless networks.
The standards are a lot more complicated, there's a lot higher data processing required in order to receive and transmit the signals, which means that the handsets are going to be more power hungry, unless different technology is used, which means that the end cost to the consumer is going to be far greater.
I think as in every new standard we have the problem or the challenge of terminal availability to make sure that terminals are readily available at the market in good quality.
Chipsets for terminals, they will be available earliest end of 2009. And once you have the chipset, you need 6 more months in order to make a mobile phone, at least, probably much more. Yeah? So that means the earliest point in time will be in 2010.
First, they have to get a handle on their infrastructure capital costs, and secondly, they have to be able to reduce their year-to-year operating costs in LTE. The real challenge is going to be how to set the pricing at a point that is acceptable to users, to consumers, but still make a profit.
HSPA Plus is really an important evolution path as well for 3G UMTS wideband CDMA networks. So HSPA is a great success story worldwide now, and for many network operators HSPA Plus is an interesting evolution as well, so they can enhance incrementally their network by using HSPA Plus features.
I think HSDPA Plus may even slow it down. It provides a lot of the benefits and potentially sows the seeds, but by providing reasonable data rates, it may delay the eventual deployment.
I think LTE is a candidate, of course, for all the 3GPP countries, because it's a natural evolution. And later on, when the emerging markets, they will start with GSM, and maybe then they will jump immediately to LTE. They will skip the UMTS because it doesn't make sense to roll out UMTS anymore.
In the emerging markets, they generally have less legacy to support, although LTE does that very well. But having a standard that is being driven by many different established companies, I think helps ensure a good choice of equipment, suppliers, a lot of experience in terms of how to deploy and roll that out.
As soon as it's ready and as soon as network operators see the demand, and again still I think that's 2010.
The first devices that is absolutely clear that we learned also from the history of 3GPP will be data cards. So in the first LTE devices on the terminal side, you will not have voice. Yeah. But as mobile communications will develop, you will of course also will have voice in LTE voice in a mobile phone. So it will be a multi-standard. You can use GSM voice, you can use UMTS voice, you can use later on also LTE voice.
In order to get the data rates up, you really got to have much closer together cells with more direct access, particularly when you start looking at some of the things like 64 QAM. It really doesn't go through walls particularly well, and actually the reality is I think a lot of the usage is going to be indoors.
They have to first solve all the interference issues and hope that on the day one, when the LTE macro network starts, that also there's an LTE femto solution available.
There are a lot of service providers present here. Most of the ecosystem in terms of the hardware vendors, the software component solution vendors, the test vendors, the equipment vendors, all the key players are here. So I think it's a great place to be.
These conferences for us are all about networking. The technological work that goes on in the standardization committees happens with a certain type of community. There's a lot of people come to these meetings. When you come here, you meet other people at the other end of the business sometimes. So it's a great opportunity to get our information out about standardization work.
It's very important that the industry create this networking event, and Informa has done a great job the last years in bringing suppliers, mobile operator and experts, advisors together.
I think if your company has any interest in the deployment of LTE, then this is a must-attend event. As we move into 2009, we will be looking at much more at the commercial aspects of LTE and how that can be deployed. And my advice would be this is an event that your company should be present at.
For somebody who has not participated in this World Summit, he misses the real momentum and the dynamics of the industry movement and the industry development with respect to the LTE.
It's great to see full rooms. The exhibitions are growing, so there's some interesting kit to come and see. So come along.
Not being here is a mistake. Everybody you need to hear is here.
It's going to enjoy your talk. It's a good balance of subjects.